Welcome to my first ever YouTube channel. I live in Texas, and in San Antonio there's an event called Fiesta. The look I'm doing is what I wore for Oyster Bake. That's going to be Fiesta theme. I wanted to do a look that it's going to look like I put a lot of work and effort into it, but it's really the simplest thing. If you like this look, just keep on watching. I am going to use the NYX Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer. Go ahead and start off with my eyebrows. I'm using Match Master from MAC in shade 4. So I like to just pump it here, just on my eyelids. And I have very like blue veiny eyes, so I always have to make sure I'm covering it up. The brush I'm using is Morphe M439. I am going to use the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit, shade 4. So what I like to do first, I like to carve out my brow. When you get to the front of the brow, I like to just draw small feather-like strokes upwards. I brush a little heavy-handed here. I like to go over the line so it doesn't look too harsh, and then when I get closer to the tail and the arch, I like to go lighter. So you just want to follow where your hair is going. I like to get the Morphe E43 to carve out my eyebrows. I use my concealer, Urban Decay, the Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer, and I use Light Warm. We need to set it. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. You just want to comb up all again. Your eyebrows will not move. I like to set my eyes, and I use Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I just put on my finger, just really quick. You can still really see the veins on my lids, so I'm going to go in with the paint pot. It's called Painterly from MAC Cosmetics, and I won't even grab a brush. I'll just dab my finger in it like this, and then I'll just kind of pack it a little over my lid. It's just mainly where you can see my veins more. Because that is a little thick, and then with the Urban Decay primer, I like to get my setting powder. I actually use RCMA. I like to set my eye to, it just makes putting on the eyeshadow a lot easier. I actually use the RCMA No Color Powder. I put tape on it just because the lid was broke on mine, so I just put tape on it. So I get the Morphe E8, and just dab it on my eye and sweep it over. Also, what I like to do is I get my pressed powder from MAC. It's Studio Fix in shade C6. Get it because it is a little whiter. I've tried to get it back to my skin tone. I use the Morphe E2 powder brush. I just sweep this over my eye. Let's start with the eyeshadow. Because my shirt is already pretty loud, and I'm gonna be wearing most likely a bright red lip to go with my shirt, I don't want a lot on my eyes. So I am going to go in with a Morphe 433, and I'm going to go in with MAC saddle. We're just going to take it, carve out my little crease a little bit, the center of my eye, and windshield motion. I packed it on a little bit too much. So then you want to, I was holding it in the middle because I wanted to just really outline the eye. Now I'm going to hold it at the end. This is going to give you less of a grip, so it's going to be softer on the eye. And you just keep blending and blending and blending until you are blended out. If you feel like it's not blending too much, like you're just adding on eyeshadow, don't worry, just go in with a blending brush. Let's go in with Morphe M441. We'll just blend it out. Now I'm holding it in the middle again, but remember, this is a blank brush, there's nothing on it. So if I do put just a little bit of pressure, it's not adding any more color. Now that that's pretty blended, done. Let's go ahead with the other eye. I want to go ahead and soften out the edges. So I'm gonna go in with an eyeshadow C brush from e.l.f. I like to just soften my edges a lot with this one. We are going to highlight the brow bone. I'm going to go in with Fuego. It's like a nice gold. It's like the perfect gold color. Besides Emery's. I'm actually gonna use Morphe M213. Just start on your brow bone. Boom. Going in back with that C brush from e.l.f. I'm gonna blend it out a little bit. That highlighter. Going just with a very little bit amount of concealer. I'm just gonna dab the smallest amount on the lid because I want to clean it up a little. I'm going to go in with the MAC 239. I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit. I'm not trying to make a hard cut crease. I just want to clean it up so it is a very matte look at the bottom because we will wing it out. I'm just going to pat over the eye, make sure everything's good and blended because nothing blends better than your fingers in my opinion. What I'm going to do now, I am going to put a little bit of a wing. I am going to use Kat Von D ink liner in Trooper Black. It's the waterproof liquid eyeliner. I like to start with the inner corner of my eye. Go in by the waterline. I try to connect where the end of my tail of my eyebrow, and I'm going to go up. I want to start off small. So let's do the next eye. So now that we got our wing on, we're going to add a little bit of mascara. Let's curl our lashes. Because I'm going to be adding false lashes, I like to just curl the top. I'm actually gonna go in with Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So we're gonna go back in with the Match Master in shade 4 from MAC. I'm gonna go back in with the Morphe M439. Now we're gonna go, and I like to conceal. I'm going to go in with a Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer in Light Warm. So while these next clips come on while I'm concealing, I had a lot of background noises, so I decided I'm going to do a voiceover. So right now I went in with the concealer to highlight my face. I went down the bridge of my nose, under my eyes, my forehead, my cupid's bow, and my chin. And then I just went ahead with the Morphe blender and blended it out. that RCMA, and I like to just dab it on. I'm not baking it, I'm setting. Two different things. So we're gonna set with the E8. You're setting the concealer so there is no creasing. I also like to set my Cupid's bow for my highlighter, my chin because I'm very oily. I went down my nose already. Conceal my forehead. Like to set my 5-head. I actually like to go in with my Studio Fix in shade C6. I go in, it's almost like a kabuki brush. It's a flat powder brush from e.l.f. I just like to press it all over. I will go in just lightly back with the powder, and then I just dust all over. I like to contour. I actually contour with a bronzer. I actually use Too Faced Dark Chocolate, and I use the Morphe M523 brush. I'm gonna go in with the light hand. So I am going to get an eye crease brush from e.l.f. Just gonna go lightly down my nose. You always want to bring it into the shadow, because then if not, it's just gonna be a hard line. And don't worry, you're going to blend it out. I get a little bit of the hula benefit to bring down the shadow of the nose, so it's not so harsh, so it blends it down. Now I'm going in with a blending eye brush from e.l.f. to blend out this harsh line. After we've done that, I go in and blush. I'm gonna go in with NARS Deep Throat. So I'm not gonna put in a lot. If I need more, I will go in because I'm using a red lip. You don't wanna put too much blush, and then you put on your red lip and you're like, yeesh. I am going to go ahead and put on eyeshadow on the bottom. We're gonna go back in with Saddle. I'm just gonna put it in with the same M43 from Morphe. Just lightly kind of blend it, just so it's not so bare. I'm going to actually put on Rimmel, the Exaggerate Waterproof Eye Definer in shade 213 in Nude. And I'm going to tightline my waterline. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M459. It's just a really straight brush to clean up. Go right underneath to the corner of my mouth. Just clean it up. Also going to do is go down the bridge of my nose. The Cupid's bow there. Now this is what we're doing is baking. So try not to do what I just did and go directly underneath, because now you're going to have to reapply your under eyeshadow. Because I did that, let me go back in. What I usually do is whenever I am carving out my cheekbones and cleaning up the bronzer, I do clean it off because the RCMA is really, really white. I am getting the e.l.f. Professional Total Face Brush. It's just to clean off this setting powder. Then I go back in with the Morphe E8, just like how I did here. I clean it, I blend it out. Because it is really light, I go back in with an e.l.f. powder brush, the real flat one. Just get a little bit of Studio Fix for MAC and go right under it. And it also is going to help blend in with the contour that I have on my jawline. And I go right under it And then here, I go around. What I also like to do, go in with Anastasia Glow Kit, that glow, and I'm going to use Golden Bronze, which is this color right here. But it's probably either a blush brush or a contour brush, but I just dip it in. And so I like to bronze my temples, and I'm going to use House of Lashes Sephora collection, and I'm going to use Natalia. Let's go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills and the highlighter, and I'm raising. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Y14. What you want to do is look and see. So right here, you want to see where the light hits you. I'm going to get that small smudger brush that we use, the M213, to highlight my Cupid's bow. Down the bridge of my nose. And center of my nose. You can look like a cute little button nose. I like to go in back with the eyelash curler to slightly, especially if the eyelashes are a little bit heavier and dramatic like this, they can kind of weigh your eye down. So I like to go in, not really curl the lash, but like curl the base of it to make sure that my natural lashes are blending together and pump it up. I'm gonna go in, just add a little bit of mascara. Once again, just at the base for the inner corner of my eye. Now I'm going to get that same little smudger. I'm going to get the M-Razy. Let's go back in with this. Highlight the little corner. Then I'm going to show you what else I do. We need to set the face. I'm going to use Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. So after it's still spreading, I like to get my damp beauty blender. I like to press it into the skin. I'll go in with the Morphe 501, and I'm just gonna get a little bit of Fuego. Bring it a little bit closer here. And then now I'm going to press a little bit to blend it in with the blush. For arriba. This is my look. This is my go-to Fiesta look I do almost every single year. I hope you like it, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, please. Please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.